How do you think the narrative shifted in the men's 100, Gordon?
Sorry, I'm muting and unmuting myself throughout this podcast for the viewers. Um, I think the men's 100, which from the start, from the get go, has always been the most confusing race because it was never a one versus one type build up.
Mhm.
There were like 6 to 7 guys who all had a reason why they are the star. And then you'd have them all beat each other. Like there wasn't
Yeah,
someone who
yeah.
was beating everyone. And then there was a moment when we thought, all right, I think this is a Jacobs and Coleman show, right? We saw them do it in the 60. They were like a hairline difference between the two of them in the 60. Coleman's the world champion. Jacobs is the Olympic champion. All right, we got our matchup. And then we're like, all right, well, let's not forget about Fred Curley. But Fred Curley was losing to Fernand, the Kent Omanyala.
Mhm.
And so we still kind of were thinking, all right, it's still Jacobs and Coleman. But then we forget about, we don't forget, but we don't talk about Mr. Trayvon Bromell. And
Mhm.
Trayvon Bromell, who was disqualified in Birmingham, kind of didn't have much on his resume. I mean, he did, but didn't have like a notable win. Winning this race puts Bromell back into the conversation
Yeah.
of the favorite to win the 100-meter title. And it's kind of weird to say, did you forget about Bromell? It's just so Bromell's such a weird um, regular season runner where he has these great moments, and he has like a random injury, and then he flutters at the Olympic final. You don't know, and then comes back from the Olympic final and runs a world lead in Nairobi. It's just like all over the place, and this adds to that chaos of the all over the place. Now that Trayvon Bromell wins a good 100-meter dash, which had pretty much everyone except for like 2 or 3 guys.
Yeah.
Um, and I do think that the narrative here is this is not a Coleman versus Jacobs show anymore. This is
Mhm.
a this is a party. Anyone can come. We also have, Seville of Jamaica.
Yeah.
He's going to be in the party eventually, right? You have Omanyala of Kenya. He's going to be in the party. You have maybe one of these college kids, which we'll talk about later in the pod. They could be in the party. I just think
Yeah.
this 100-meter, you're going to look at that start line. There's going to be 6 guys on that start line, and you're going to be like, all 6 of those guys can win. There's
Mhm.
not going to be a heavy favorite. I'm willing to say, I bet you lane 4 and 5 at Worlds won't win. We typically put the 2 fastest guys in lane 4 and 5. I think someone in lane 6, 3, 2, 8, 7 will win because it's just,
Isn't 6 the new preferred lane?
oh,
You
yeah.
should
Well,
extend
you know
that
what I
to
mean.
no 4, 5, or 6. You're
Yeah,
predicting
no 4, 5, or
a
6.
an outer lane athlete.
Yeah.
I with Coleman struggling in this race, obviously not willing to count him out yet. It'd be way too early. He got third, 10:04. He'll be fine. But like the list of guys who can win is really long, right? You got Rommel, you got Jacobs, you got Curley, you got Coleman, right? You're talking about some of the collegians, Makai Williams. Like, are we going to count out Omanyala? Seville, I'd like to see again. Like, the list is growing. It's not shrinking as the season goes on. Usually the opposite happens, and we settle in on 1 or 2 or 3 people tops. And it is cliche. Oh, anybody can win it. Hey, just, make it to the final. Anyone in this group. But that doesn't usually bear out at all. But I think this year, as of right now, where we're at, heading into June. That's the current state of the men's 100. Coleman has the buy, which is huge now. Just huge. This is one of the most valuable buys in all the world because you feel good about Curley. You feel good about Bromell. Coleman's already in. That leaves one spot. That leaves one spot out there for every other American runner. And I guess we can talk more later about who that might be. I think there's 4 or 5 candidates right now. But it's huge for Coleman not to have to worry about trials.
How could, oh, excuse me for, how could, ooh, my bad. How concerned are you about Coleman? Because I'm kind of concerned. I know we talked about the concern level when he ran that 10 flat in Tokyo by himself.
Yeah,
I feel like Coleman may not even medal at Worlds.
it's a while. We still got a while to go. I mean, I'd say medium. I 5 out of 10.
Five
Remember,
out of
was
10.
it? Yeah, yeah. I look back at recent pre. I mean, he won pre in 19, but like Baker won pre in 18. DeGrasse won pre. I think last year. I mean, those guys all went on and ran really well. So I mean, he's in the mix. He's healthy. I just don't think it's going to be. We're not going to have a runaway winner. I would be surprised if the margin of victory at the World Championships is bigger than like 0.04 or something like that. I think it's going to be a very close race. So again, just get through and get a lane. And Coleman's got to worry about the 2 rounds to get himself to the final. All these other guys, all these Americans have to worry about getting through the U.S. championships and all the anxiety that comes along with that. So I just think it's very, very even right now.
All right. So you're medium concerned about Coleman?
Yeah, I'd be a 5 out of 10.
Okay. What about Andre DeGrasse?
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to get suckered into thinking that Andre DeGrasse is out of it until I'll start worrying about Andre DeGrasse at like 70 meters into the final at the World Championships. That's when I will worry about Andre DeGrasse. He just knows where to be at the right time. Not going to worry. What did he get?
Oh, we lost Kevin. Yeah, see? The world doesn't even want us to know Kevin's take on Andre DeGrasse. We'll wait for Kevin to refresh. Apologies for my voice. I'm struggling a little bit. Did a little too much screaming the other day. But yeah. Anyway.
I'm back.
Oh, Ken's back. All right.
Yeah.
Finish your Andre DeGrasse point. Finish your Andre
No,
DeGrasse point.
no. I just as long as I got my DeGrasse, heard the joke, so you can keep
Dude,
going.
the internet does not like that your Wi-Fi connection is a big Andre DeGrasse fan because they don't want you to get out your anti-Andre
Norman,
DeGrasse take.
let's. No, I. It's not anti. It's not anti. It's pro. It's.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
never going to count this guy out because all he does is get to World Championships and Olympic finals and win medals. So he got last, and I'm still not going to count him out. Not